Hello farmers and welcome back to American Falls. We are planting some oats to start the day. Got our Fendt 1000, our Avatar drill. Just left the farm a little while ago before I came down here. Topped it off with seed and fertilizer. And yeah, we should be all set to get this whole field planted with oats. I think I'm going to plant one more field with oats. Maybe, I don't know if the one right next to it, but maybe one of the smaller fields. Maybe the one on the other side of the road over there. I think last year that may have had wheat into it. We actually have, let's see, we got this field, that's 3, 4. I got 5 fields in total, counting this one that I had no crop into yet. One field, the smallest of the field, will have corn into it. We have plenty of corn. I think the pigs will be more than happy with the amount that we have for another year or two. But I will plant one field of corn, and then the rest, maybe all oats and sorghum. Maybe when I buy the planter, maybe I'll plant some sunflower seeds just to be a little bit different, because we will be buying ourselves the corn / sunflower header later this year. So maybe we'll just do some sunflowers and mix it up a little bit. But mainly oats and sorghum, I think, so I can bring all that grain to the grain mill to make flour to sell in like November, December, which should be our last winter here. I mean, this season should be our last season here. The way the money's coming in, I think it's not going to be a problem at all. Speaking of money, I think we'll head over to the refinery later on. We got a good amount of material to sell, like always, from the refinery. It's not the best time of year to be selling that product, but the price difference isn't that much. I mean, yeah, if I wait until, December, January, I could get top dollar for it. But yeah, we kind of need the money now. And it'd be nice to have in the bank account so I can buy the other material. Yeah, we're just shy of being able to buy our planter. I think it was like $139,000 for the smallest of the planters I was looking at. And I do need that for next month for the corn and probably sunflowers, like I mentioned. Also, we need to buy a corn sunflower header for later on in the year. And also, I need to buy a windrower. So when I cut grass and ted it into hay and swath, I need a way to swath it up. I got a tedder, but I don't have a windrower. But we should have no problem being able to afford that next month. Need to take care of the animals today as well. The pigs need some food. The cows need their milk emptied from the barn. We are almost pretty much full. I really haven't been keeping track of the dairy production, not knowing how much milk we have gone through there. But if we happen to top off the dairy production, we'll just sell the milk directly, because I really have no other use for it other than just bring me in the money. That's all I really care at this point. Bring me in the money. But meanwhile, yeah, we're getting this field with oats put into it. I should mention I am recording this episode before last episode went out, so I know I asked a few questions about what we should be doing with the harvester. And I think the Fendt 1000, we are going to keep this tractor here, but we will be getting another tractor like in the 350 to 450 horsepower range, because in the future, who knows, maybe the farm would need this tractor planting with this drill, and maybe I would need another decent sized tractor to, even like the forage wagon that can haul 200,000 liters, maybe a better tractor rather than the Landini. The Landini should be just really plowing the fields around here, and pretty much it. The Valtra is pretty much set being over where the sheep and goats are, maybe even over where the cows are, just giving them bales once in a while when they need the feed. But yeah, everything's looking really, really good here on the farm. We still do have that $210,000 loan payment that we got to repay by the end of the year. I just got to figure out when I want to do it. It might be after I buy the planter and the windrower. Like I said, I remember what was it, the Kuhn windrower I was eyeballing because we used it once. I said that seemed to be the perfect fit. I think we did talk about maybe changing in the tedder at some point, but I think the working width of that matches up well with the mowers, so I think we may just keep that as is. Yeah, we are rolling. We're going to be rolling in the dough by middle season, and by the time fall gets here, the farm's going to be doing rather well. So when I pack my bags and leave here, I think the community farm is going to be doing so good. yeah, we can feel confident leaving here and that they'll be just fine. Like I said, even maybe putting down some solar panels as well so they have passive income after we leave here. So they can almost, I don't want to say not farm, but the farm would make a profit in money just for the solar panels alone. So meanwhile, let's see, how am I doing here? About 3/4 left of seed and fertilizer. There should be enough to get this field done and possibly the other field. Yeah, I just want to get a little bit of straw stockpiled up. The pigs and the cows are starting to go through it a little bit. I still got a good amount of bales back at the farm. I think it'll get us through the farming season, especially when it comes time to harvest the wheat in June. It's either June or July, I keep forgetting. And by the time we get to the oats as well, we're going to have plenty of straw bales. We could leave them all in storage, and everyone would be happy. If we get too many straw bales, well, we'll just go ahead and sell them. Just bring in some more cash. So both refineries seem to be keeping up with the crude oil just fine now. Putting down the small refinery, that's been helping out quite a bit. Oh, yeah, I probably should sell some diesel fuel today as well. I think the diesel fuel is going for a good price. So maybe by the end of this episode, we will be buying the planter. We'll be all set for next episode, which should be the month of March. Sorry, we are in March, the month of April. Oh yeah, I did get the wheat field up by the main farm. I did get the wheat field sprayed and all the weeds are gone. Because last episode we bought ourselves the John Deere See and Spot weed sprayer along with a Bredal spreader for liming the fields. Feels pretty good to just be able to go to the store and now buy the material that we need and not trying to figure out when I need to lease certain items, when's the best time to buy things. The money's coming in so fast. It's like, all right, we'll buy this now, we'll buy that now. Yeah, we're doing rather well for ourselves. I would like to see, I don't know if I talked about it in last episode of American Falls. I think it was actually yesterday's episode of Hills of Tuscany. I would like to see in the next Farming Simulator game, or a mod, maybe there is a mod for this, that shows us financially year to year how we've done, rather than just not only the month to month financially, but it'd be nice to see what we get for year to year. It'd be kind of good, cool to see, because we've been here now, this is our 9th season. It'd be kind of cool to go back and just look at the whole financial year for year 1, year 2, and seeing how we did overall money-wise. We can see how the farm is actually growing. Only being able to see like the last 3 or 4 months, I mean, it's okay, but in Farming Simulator terms, the last 3 or 4 months can go by rather quickly. It would be kind of cool to see, like, oh, in year 1, the farm spent more than it brought in. And then by year 2, it's like, oh, we profited a net profit of like 30 or 40,000. And then year 3, you know, we made like 50 or 60. I mean, it should always get better, you would hope. Just wonder if it'll take in consideration the pricing of the fields as well, because the fields here in American Falls are not on the cheap side, which is fine. But it should be able to take in the land value into the farm as well. So I do like to dig into the financial side of things here and there. That's why we always check our stock market page as often as I do. Try to sell at the best times, but sometimes you just need the money, and sometimes it's not worth holding on to something for half a year just to earn extra $1,000 or $2,000 when you could have used that money months ago, bought something, and saved yourself from having to lease when you could have bought something outright. Alright, one more little section here. I actually don't think I checked on the BGA to see if it went through all that slurry manure and silage that we brought over last episode. Let me just double check to see what is running over there. I should turn some stuff off if it doesn't need to be running. The manure has gone through. I don't think I got anything to bring over currently. The slurry is still processing. And the silage is almost out, but we're going to be bringing some over in a little bit with the Landini. We made all that silage in the fermenting silo just in case the newborn calves, the Jersey cows, needed TMR to grow up better. But their health seems to be doing just fine just by giving them hay alone. So since we don't need the silage to make TMR, we'll just go ahead and bring it over to the BGA. No harm, no foul. Be made into methane, electricity, digestate, which gets all sold. I think that the digestate's being sold directly. I may have turned that back to storage, I don't remember. So this field here will not get weeds into it because we plowed it in the off season, so that's going to be good to go. Same can be said for the field just to our left. That was plowed. But all the other fields that I plant in will need to be C-spot and sprayed for weeds a month after we plant that. But now with our own sprayer, I can do it anytime, whenever I want. It might be better to wait for the weeds to mature and get to the second stage. It's just easier to see where the weeds are and where I've been. And it might be actually time, even though the tractors, it's hard to believe, been here 9 years and I have not used a pressure washer once to wash anything. It's all, I mean, look at the Fenton 1000. I mean, that's pretty clean for not ever washing it. The drill is a little filthy. But even for all the other farming equipment, we haven't gotten that dirty. I think we'll just buy the standard pressure washer. I mean, it's only $4,500. I think we can afford it now. Can I get this in one go? Not quite. We'll spin around, get this last little... Do I want to call it a row of shame? I usually do. I think I'll have to. Alright, spin around. And then we'll move on to some other jobs that we got to get to. The ones that I mentioned for sure. Sorghum cannot be planted until next month. I gotta double check. I keep saying I want to plant sunflowers maybe in a field. I should check to see when those need to be planted. Just trying to get my head where, you know, what I want to plant in the remaining fields. Alright, this field is done. Let's go to the calendar. Sunflowers. I can plant them next month, so we are fine there. Right, we're just going to go ahead and let's just get this over to the other field that I want to put oats in. If we get a bit of extra time today, we'll come back over and get to it. I could hire a worker, but this field is kind of up against one of the buildings here. So for now, we're just going to park it across the road. And we'll leave it right there. All right, jump back to the farm. I was leaving the Landini filling up with silage. And did I grab it all? Yeah, there's still like 900 liters, but that's what's been made since it stopped filling up. We'll grab it. All right, we'll bring this over to the BGA, then I can bring it on back, and then we'll feed the pigs to make sure they're all set for another month. And then we'll grab the international, grab the milk tanker, which should be at the cow farm, and fill that up with milk. And then eventually head our way over to the refineries, and that's when we'll bring in all the cash. Over the bridge. And a sharp left-hand turn. It's not a whole bunch of silage, but may bring us in like 30,000, maybe 40,000. Probably closer to 30. Alright, BGA will keep on pushing along with what it has to run. Head back to the farm, swap trailers, and grab some corn for the piglets and the pigs. As we roll back into the farm, I think it's time, because looking at the forage wagon, the Landini, I think it's time we start cleaning up some of this stuff. Probably the best place to put the pressure washer, maybe just like right here. Seems like a good spot for it. Let's go down here. Is it under miscellaneous? I forgot where the pressure washer would be under. Wait, is it under construction? Yeah, I think it might be under construction. And if I go to tools, there it is. Right, spin that around like so. May have parked too far away, but maybe not. The Landini, been here 9 years, about time we give it a wash. Wonder how clean it'll actually look. Of course, anytime you're in a tractor and you're using it and it's raining or snowing, it kind of cleans itself a little bit. And I think with any implement that it has on it will get cleaned as well. I think that is going to be clean enough for me. I got to remember that's there. I don't want to come around the corner with the tractor now and run into that. Wow, the Landini looks like it's sparkling. Alright, put this away. Alright, I need to look at the menu for the pigs, just to see roughly where we stand on grain. Maybe just give them all corn? Although they may run out of wheat. And this is where a pig food mixer would definitely come in handy, because I could just take pig food and it'll equal it out as it goes along. Here we're just guesstimating how much we need for each. Alright, that should be more than enough. Maybe what I'll do is, when I'm done working in the month of March, I'll put some wheat into the trailer and we'll top off our feed trough with some wheat grain. It's important that we wake up in April with the pig's health at 100% because we do have a full pasture of pigs and we're waiting for them to grow up and have a good price of like $700. That's what we like to sell them at. And I don't think we have any pigs right now worth $500. It's not because of their health. Their health, as you can see at the bottom right-hand corner, is at 100%. They just haven't grown up yet. We sold all of our mature pigs not long ago. Just take all the corn you want. think they're going to take the full trailer. Okay, did put enough in there. Manure, we did that last month, so don't have to clean that out for a bit. Alright, we are done with this setup for now, but let's make sure we get all of the grain back in. Alright. Trailer's all set. Yeah, that's how much straw we still have left over. We got a full stack there, and a decent pile there. We can definitely get through until middle of summer before we get to harvesting this year's crop. Alright, let's go grab our international. Drop off the slurry tanker. Alright, let's go grab the milk tanker, and we should have a good load of milk ready to go. Like I said, if the dairy production cannot take it all, which I think it's going to be able to. Alright, while that's filling up, let's go to productions. Ooh, they may not be able to take it all. So if they can't take all the milk, I should look to see where milk is at its best price. 722, 734 at Johnson's Market, which is right where we're going, I do believe. That's our dairy production, Johnson's Market. So if they can't take it all, we'll just bring it right over to Johnson's Market. And those cows are doing really good on the milk production. I didn't think I'd have a problem with the dairy production, not be able to go through as much milk. Alright, let's get down there and drop off what we can, and maybe sell a little bit of what we can. Butter and cheese is starting to pile back up again, which is good. And that trigger is here somewhere. Maybe the rest of the year I should just sell the milk straight up. Is it going to take it all? No, it will not. Alright. Well, Johnson's Market is going to get some fresh milk. Not too bad. Just shy of 10 grand for the milk. So I'm going to bring the milk tanker back to the cow farm and then pick up the low loader and head on over to the refinery where we'll start selling all the bearings, grease, motor oil, and then eventually the diesel fuel as well. Now, before we roll into the refinery area, I think it's time we get our landscaping tools and just paint in a little bit better the entryway and exitway out of here. I'm going to park right in the middle of the road just for now. Let's go into construction mode, landscaping, painting. I think we're doing the gravel look, right? So we pretty much just want to, yeah, definitely doing the gravel look. Let me switch to that. And then also, let's spin around like this. Since I do make my way around here once in a while, we'll get rid of that. And we'll go right up to the riverbank a little bit. Then, of course, I do come around here to get the diesel fuel. And then sometimes we sneak out the back corner here. I think that's good. Alright. That's all we really needed to do. Now, of course, I gotta remember that I want to enter from the other way, because when I leave going through the refinery takes the material back in. I hope it's not just disappearing, but yeah, there's a pickup point right where the truck is right now where it just sucks it back in. We don't want that to happen. What I need to do, though, is I need to back the trailer in right up against this wall if I can. As best I can. That way our autoloader can pick this all up. I don't want the paraffin that I'm piling up on the back wall. That paraffin price definitely has a big increase in price in July. And a bunch of whole paraffins coming on out. Is that motor oil? Yeah, that's motor oil. So let's sneak through here. Let's switch this over to motor oil only. Paraffin, kerosene, motor oil. We can grab some of those. There we go. We got a full load. So the only place we can sell it is the store we put down at the sheep farm. And we got this nice little road coming in through here. I said nice, not great. And start bringing in the cash. When I went with this crude oil production, I just thought it would be interesting and kind of a good production for an American map. I didn't realize the numbers and how much money I would be making off it. Just went with it, and on a hard economy that I play on, we definitely make the money pretty darn good off this. If you're playing on normal, easy economy, I can imagine the money that this rolls in from this production. And you can go crazy with this production if you wanted to. We just got one of the crude oil productions down, and the medium and small refinery. So if you're really wanting to make a whole bunch of cash at the very beginning, because it's not that expensive. If you look at the crude oil production, which is this first building here on the left, that was $200,000, and the refinery, the medium refinery, was $150. All right, so before I come into here, let me get more spawn points by getting this paraffin out of here. Paraffin will be sold in July, and I'll show you in just a moment what I would make currently with the paraffin that we have when we sell it in July. But all the other products, the price range does not seem to be as wide range as a paraffin is. get up there. Not that it matters. All right. Let me show you the stock market page. You may have seen it earlier. Paraffin. Currently, if I were to sell it, I get $100,000 for it. But if I wait until July, it's $146,000 for it. So, yeah, we'll be doing a whole lot better in the summer to sell it. Grab what we can here, wait for more of it to spawn. If paraffin does spawn, then I just can't auto-load everything that's there because I don't want the paraffin. Alright, another full trailer's worth. I don't think I sold anything in February. I think I sold, last time I sold this material was January, so this is 2 months worth. I'm guessing this is going to get us over 200,000. Which would be enough for definitely the planter and probably the windrower as well. We haven't even sold the diesel fuel yet. But I'm going to have another full trailer of this stuff to sell. Because I've only picked up the material from one refinery. I still got to get to the small refinery that's got some material sitting there. So I think to make my circle complete, let's go to the small refinery. Okay, I'm picking up the paraffin, which I did not want to do. It spawned quicker than I thought it would. Just stockpile it over here. Yeah, all this paraffin in the summer. By the time I go to sell it, it might be enough to buy ourselves a John Deere harvester if we decide to go that route. No paraffin currently, so yeah, we'll grab that. And that is, well, another full trailer load. So did not expect a full trailer load from that refinery, but we got it. I don't want to drive through there because I'll drive through the pickup point and I'll take material off. And I may just leave the rest there and sell it next month, or maybe next episode later this month. I think we brought enough over for today. So we'll leave this trailer here. The diesel tanker is right there. Don't know where I'm bringing the diesel to just yet. Just take it all. Perfect. All right, let's leave that trailer right here. I didn't mind transporting all these tankers around with the 1000 Fendt with the dolly, but now that I got the International, it's like a luxury. It's so convenient. Of course, easier to back up as well, for me anyways. Alright, small refinery first. Still got some of those tomatoes and cabbage here. Alright, so while that's filling up, let's see where I'm bringing the diesel to today. Diesel. Falls Garden Center. Falls Garden Center. I think that's here? No, it's Falls Grain. That's Falls Logging Service. Where's the Falls? Where's the Falls Garden Center? That's Johnson's. Oh, wait, is that the one up here? That's the sawmill. Oh, that's the one around the corner. I think I need to back into there. Okay, so we'll just angle the tanker like this. Am I in the trigger or not? There we go. Way back there. You gotta remember how to get into there, or can I back into there? I just know last time we sold the diesel, I drove in and had to back out. I couldn't make it around the corner with this setup. So with the 30,000 we're about to get from this, we're going to be just shy of $300,000 in the bank account. But yeah, we're going to spend at least 2/3 of that, I would say, with the planter and the windrower. I think the only thing I've sold so far at the Falls Garden Center is the diesel fuel. I wonder if I drove in from this way, can I make the other corner? Yeah, it looks like if I drive in this way, I should be able to make that tight corner there. It's making that corner there that was difficult. Just back up a little bit. Get as close as I can and then swing it. Oh, that's perfect. Then just got to come down the road a little bit and park the trailer away. Oh wow, you guys are stacking up the wool even more. I mean, I could get us above 300,000 with the amount of bearings, grease, and motor oil we still have to sell. But like I said, we could probably do that still in the month of March. But we'll be doing that maybe next episode. I don't want to make it been selling enough as it is already. All right, let's go ahead and spend some of the money that we just earned. Planters, and we're scrolling on down here, and we're getting this one right here. Yeah, I don't want to spend 80. I mean, I would like the bigger planter. I mean, who wouldn't? But for $80,000 more, just to go from up to a 2.2, 12.2, rather than a 9.1, as long as they both can do fertilizer. But I got to make sure when I come in here, I got to make sure I add the tanker, not wheel setup, not wings. I got to remember bulk fill scales, supplement buckets. Hoppers and tankers, bulk fill, and liquid fertilizer. That's what I needed. Oh, that adds 10,000 to it. I mean, that's fine. I want to fertilize as we plant, and that'll be fine here. So that's at now 160. That's fine. It is what it is. It's a direct drill, or sorry, direct planter, and that is what we need. Now let's go into windrowers, and I think it was the Kuhn, this one right here, for 62,000. The price and the working with is worth it. 14.7 for 60,000. 0.3 meters more, 62,000, 90,000. Even that's 92,000. We've used the Kubota one before. I'm pretty sure I used the Kuhn one as well. But, you know, since we're just about done with this series, here for one more year, let's go ahead and buy that. So that leaves me $74,000 in the bank account. That's pretty darn good. And now that I really don't need to buy anything currently, the one thing, like I said, I want to do, if I go to medium-sized tractors, scroll on down, 300 horsepower, so I'm definitely going to have to go large to get up to a 350. Would a 7R get me up to a 350? It would. But I'm going to have to upgrade the engine. And that would cost another $41,000. So I could get a 7R 350 for $289. But if I get an 8R for $285,000, that's only a 326 horsepower. Yeah, so maybe get a 7R. So that's going to cost like 300 grand, which is not bad. I don't think we need to go anything big because we got the 1,000 on the farm. I don't think we need two tractors with that much horsepower. I'm just seeing what else I have installed here. Yeah, that's probably a good one to have on the farm. So in case you guys say harvesters, if we go for a John Deere, ooh, that's going to be 500 and... Boy, John Deere's are expensive. Expensive. This is the one we got, right? Yeah, so that's like 410,000. And the John Deere is 550,000. But I did say a John Deere, and if you guys say yes, we'll have to go ahead. That's expensive. That is expensive. But we got ourselves our planter and a windrower, so we're all set. So nothing that I currently need. So let's see. We're just looking at buying the 7R for $300,000, which we're not that far off. We're sitting at $74,000 now. The combine, which is $500,000. Whew. We'll have to swap out headers, get a matching header and header. Boy, I'm going to need like another $1 million, right? Wow, that seems like a lot now. I may hold off on that harvester, even if you guys say yes, because I may just go ahead and the harvester might be the last thing we swap out. And by then, we might already be into harvest season. We'll have to see how it goes. But swapping out the harvester, yeah, I may just go wait until the next series and just do a John Deere harvester then. Not too sure. I mean, we still got a ways to go. We're just in March, and the money's rolling on in. How much more do I got from the refinery to sell? If I scroll on down, not a whole lot. We got like $40,000 worth. I'm not counting the paraffin. I'm just counting the kerosene, motor oil, and bearing groups. We got $40,000 sitting there. So that's not too bad. $150,000 of paraffin. And we can't count the corn because that's feed for the animals. So, yeah. But anyways, not too bad. Buying more stuff, selling more stuff. The money's coming in, and I'm still spending as fast as we're getting it. But you know what? The money's coming in really fast, as we can see. But anyways, that is where we're going to wrap it up for today, guys. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the episode. I do appreciate you watching as always. And I'll catch you again right here in American Falls. But until then, have a good one. You guys just keep popping out that wall, don't you?